Where you off to?
I'm off to your girl house.
Ha! That's Sean Kingston at LAX, joking with our camera guy about stealing his girl. Just like how he jokes with jewelers about stealing their jewels. Okay, that joke might have gone too far.
He's got a bunch of really, really expensive jewelry on. He's also being sued because he doesn't make payments for jewelry that he owns.
About a quick 200,000 on right now.
Right there?
Yeah, about that, I think this is 85 right here.
Whoa,
and,
man.
A lot of people say that. They say I owe on jewelry and I'll be paying people.
Oh, really? We hadn't heard.
But that's all rumors because at the end of the day, if I was broke, I wouldn't be spending, $25,000 a month out here living in LA.
I'm not saying he ain't rich. I'm just saying he doesn't pay his bills.
What it is, ho, what's up?
Sean Kingston hasn't had a hit in years. He's resorted to scamming people to get what he wants so he can flex that bad bitch lifestyle on Instagram. Beautiful Girls came out in 2007 and is still his biggest hit to this day. He had a few songs like Eeny Meeny with Justin Bieber and Beat It with Chris Brown. That's the last time a lot of people have heard him on a track. I will give him credit, he does make money from performances and writing credits. He's written for Natasha Bedingfield, Bun B, Soulja Boy, and Justin Bieber. I definitely think meeting Justin Bieber was really the best thing that ever happened to him. He uses his affiliation to scam a lot. Sean has had an addiction to cough syrup. He's been exposed for begging dealers and running off on dealers for cough syrup. He ended up scamming the wrong person who just so happened to know how to hack and started leaking his personal information. They got his social security number and was going to use it to run up accounts on T-Mobile. However, when he logged onto the account, he learned that Sean is actually $7,500 behind payments with the company. He owed almost $8,000 to T-Mobile. He's ran off on dealers in Miami and a bunch of other places. He was sipping on syrup with Justin Bieber and using his name to get cough syrup from other dealers. Justin, who's obviously the biggest pop star in the world, was having his name dropped for some goddamn cough syrup.
Did Bieber get you into lean, or did you get Bieber into lean?
I don't even know. I don't even know how he got into it. Shit.
How was it sipping with him, though? That must have been fun.
Man, that was legendary. That was legendary for sure. But I was just like, damn, Bieber, you messed up activist. Like,
right.
I love you.
So you're on board with that theory that he's the one who got it banned?
I think so. Man.
Oh, my God. It's official now.
He would also be grimy and steal from other people he was around.
He was from out of town, you know what I'm saying? And then later on you see like his cars and shit, right? Really getting repo, jewelry issues, shit like that. Like, your character gonna come out, you know what I'm saying, in this industry, no matter what. Like, your character gonna come out. So he just a weird dude, man. Like, my experience with him was like, me and Soulja, we'll sip some lean, you know what I'm saying? So we'll have some lean out. A motherfucker would go in the cabinet, put they bottles in his pocket, like, and I'm seeing this shit. I'm like, bro, you got my lean bottle in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, like, what is you doing type shit. So it was shit like that.
And it's not even just that, but Sean gets sued like no other. He gets his car repoed at least every 6 months and dodges a lot of his payments. When he got his Lambo repossessed, he did an interview with Jason Lee about getting effed over on the monthly payments. Instead of just giving the dealer the car back, he continued to drive it and then told the dealer who sold it to him that he doesn't want the car anymore.
One of the cars I didn't want no more, which was a Lamborghini Aventador. I didn't want the car no more, so the guy just did a repossession on me. So he got mad because I get my car, all my cars I get from Fort Lauderdale Collection. That one car that got repossessed, which is what they say got repossessed, which is the Lamborghini Aventador, was from a whole nother. It was from San Diego Eurosports. That company, I think the guy's name was like Mike or something. I don't remember. That guy, he was basically mad that I didn't want the car no more. I had the car for 3 months. I didn't want the car anymore. My payments was like $4,000 a month. The only reason why I didn't want the car anymore because my homie Hassan from Roadstar Motorsports, shout out Hassan, great dude. He's like, yo, Sean, you got fucked on this deal. I put 120 down on the car. My payments was
120,000.
Yeah, down on, and the car was for 440. So it was 100 something thousand down, and my payments was $4,500 a month. So I'm like, the third month, I'm like, yo, I don't want this car anymore. And the guy just got mad, and the guy was like, okay, yo, boom, he just repossessed the car.
He also got his Bentley repoed and his Mercedes-Benz repoed in the span of 2 weeks.
Sean Kingston is having a rough month. We found out that the repo company that took his Bentley the other night took his Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon the week before.
Where was this one taken?
This one was taken from the Grove. Now, there's a trend here.
That is the most ungangster thing.
But he's got to stop going to these high-profile places. I think that's the problem.
Well, no, maybe he ought to pay his car payments.
Listen, a source close to him told me, right, that they let them go on purpose because they're having bigger and better ones coming soon.
So that's what you...
The fact that he was repoed means he was leasing or financing this car. He didn't own it outright. He is never going to be able to lease or finance a car. His credit is 0 now.
Sean ended up scamming a well-known jeweler named AP the Jeweler. He said that Sean asked him to come out to LA to buy jewelry from him. He said that Sean made him feel welcome and gave him that good Jamaican hospitality to allow him to let his guard down. Eventually, Sean only gave him a portion of the money for the jewelry, then started breadcrumbing him without paying him the full price of the jewelry. He was only supposed to be in LA for 3 days and ended up spending an entire month.
You wanted like 2 big iced out Cuban necklaces, a couple diamond tennis chains. He wanted a couple watches for his team, a couple Rolexes for his team, for his DJ, for a couple artists, whatever on his team, but mainly everything for him. I went out there with $500,000 worth of jewelry. They picked me up from the airport with the driver, drove me straight to the mansion in Hollywood Hills. I'm thinking this is their house. You know, I'm thinking like this is their house. They live here. What they do is they rent mansions. They rent mansions like every 3 to 6 months. They rent different mansions. Is what they do. But getting back to the story, like I came out there, I met them, I came to the house. He's like, "Where's the stuff?" I'm like, "Where's the money?" You know? He's like, "Oh, I got the money. It's coming this and there, but show me the jewelry." So I see like his mom's here, his family's here, his little kids running around. I'm like, I don't think nobody's gonna try to, like, you know, it doesn't look like that type of environment where people are gonna play with their family, you know? So I showed him the jewelry, whatever. He liked it, he wanted it. He wanted me to give it to him, but he didn't have all the money. He maybe had like 40 or 50 grand. That's 10% of what you're trying to buy. So every day now it's like he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get more money tomorrow. Oh, I got a check coming in. Oh, I got this coming in. Oh, I got this deal, that deal, this deal." Blah, 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 blah. He's like bird feeding me like 12,000, 14,000, 16,000, 8,000. But mind you, while he's doing this, he's spending thousands and thousands of dollars on lean. You know what I'm saying? Like people coming by, he's spending like 10,000 on lean. I'm like, damn, bro, like you owe me so much money. Like, no, I got you, you know? I'm like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he kept like giving me little increments of the money. Eventually, he gave me half the money. So he gave me like about $250, right? And he's like, "I'm about to sell my Range Rover and he's like, "I'm about to sell my Range Rover and go to Jamaica to do a show. When I come back, I'll give you the rest of the money. Stay in our house, stay here. You got the private chef, you got whatever you need. I'm like, just sign the car over to me to knock the tab down, you know?" He's like, "All right." So his mom, it was in his mom's name. His mom signed the car over to me. We got notarized, whatever. That shit was a scam. They still owe money on the car. They can't even legally sell the car. You know what I'm saying? So they left to Jamaica. I'm sitting in the house, and 3 days later, I hear somebody like coming up the steps. You know, I'm like, what the hell going on? You know what I'm saying? I look, it's a lady, and she's showing people the house. Like, "Oh, it's a pool in the back over here, 4-bedroom. Oh, it's a nice patio over here, private dining area here." I'm like, what the hell's going on? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Who are you?" She's like, "Oh, I told Janice everybody has to leave by 4 p.m. on Wednesday." And Janice is his mom. I'm like, what the hell? "Oh, what you mean?" She's like, "This is an Airbnb, honey. They don't own this house. They're like leases up." I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, oh, now like, and the whole time, like, even Safari, he did tell me, he was like, bro, make sure you get your money up front. Like, he's like, you know, they like to play them games, like the whole family. Like, make sure you get paid, bro. He's like, he'll shop with you. He loves jewelry. You got nice stuff. He'll shop with you, but make sure you get your money up front by like leaving me in the house and making me feel comfortable. You know, oh, you're in our house, bro. We're about to go do a show for 3 days and come back. Just stay here. You know, and they had the little chef cooking food for me and stuff. Like, you know, oh, everything's fine, man. I'll be right back, man. Yeah, man. You know, they were like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's in on the whole scam, the whole family, and you know what I'm saying? And then when I seen the little thing that just happened, and the guy on the news was saying, he's like, oh yeah, he'll tell you he's gonna introduce you to Justin Bieber and Chris Brown, all this shit. I started laughing because that's the same shit he told me in 2017. He's like, I'm gonna introduce you to Chris Brown, I'm gonna introduce you to Justin Bieber. They're gonna shop with you, bro, this and that. I'm like, all right, bet. So when I come over.
But Sean doesn't really learn his lesson. He was also allegedly kidnapped after a deal went wrong with a LA-based company named Avian Jewelers. After paying about $185,000 on a watch that was priced at $225,000, Sean said he refused to pay the balance because he thought the watch wasn't worth it. Mind you, he was wearing the watch. They told him he could switch it out for another piece, but instead asked him to meet up at 2 a.m., which wasn't really smart of Sean to even go anyways. They locked him in the car, took the watch, then drove to a secluded area and kicked him out the car. His mother, who's also a fraudster herself, aided and abetted in his schemes. His mother served 18 months in prison in 2006 for stealing $160,000 and was charged with bank fraud. In 2015, a seller of customized watches successfully sued Sean and his mother in a New York federal court for $356,000 after they failed to pay. In 2018, a New York jeweler successfully sued Sean and his mom for $300,000 after they scammed the store out of 9 items. In 2023, Sean scammed a private jet company, Neva Jets. He inquired to buy a private jet, went on the jet to inspect it, flaunting about owning the jet. He tried to get a good deal by again throwing Justin Bieber's name in the mix. He signed the contract that gave him 3 days to pay the final payment just to back out of the deal after he posted on Instagram and blocks the company on Instagram.
I had here doing maintenance today, you know what I'm saying, making sure everything is right. I got a Vegas coming up on the 27th, so we gotta make sure. Come on, Brad, let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't play around! Yeah. This is the first time I'm hearing my engine start on the jet. It sounded real good last time I bought it. There was no AC on it. I had to do a lot of the wires. Now, the engine is on. Take me out there, Brad. I'm showing how we living, man. Show them how we living, my boy.
See how we living. Living good. You dig?
So we ain't playing around here, man.
That's not that way, man.
So you see what it is, man. Kingston! I got my jet. God is amazing. I'm working hard, man. We're putting in work. I'm on the way to Vegas the 27th, so we coming. You know what I'm saying? Kingston! Shout out to Nava Jets. This is the boss lady right here. She sold the jet. I'm having a beautiful time. This is a dream come true. You know what I mean? I never thought that I'd be flying with my mom in a jet and owning a jet. Life is amazing. God is.
Cheers. Story time of how Sean Kingston scammed me and my company. So I am a private jet broker for Nava Jets, and I also run their social media. So one day we get a message from Sean Kingston. He was interested in one of our planes for sale and came to Palm Beach with his family to see the plane. He said he was going on tour and wanted this plane ready soon, and there was no Wi-Fi. So we flew the plane from Palm Beach to Fort Lauderdale for our mechanics to install the Wi-Fi for him for it to be ready for his tour. And this was out of our expense. We had to pay the pilots and for the fuel and everything. He came again to Fort Lauderdale, brought his family and friends. We popped the champagnes, we shook hands, agreed on a price, and they signed the contract. The contract stated that the payment is due in full within the 3 days of signing. And Sean was posting that this is his jet, that he bought it with not even $1 down. He was telling us that we can be in him and Justin Bieber's new music video, just leading us on, saying that he would promote Nava Jets, and just a bunch of crap. When the 3rd day came and the payment was due, they went ghost and they blocked us. They said it was our obligation to help find them a plane since the plane wasn't ready. There was no Wi-Fi installed, but we were trying to help them for 3 weeks to sign the contract so the plane would be ready in time for him to fly to Vegas for his show. But then I googled Sean Kingston, and this is what he does. He's a con artist, and he's a scammer, and he scams people. He was stealing jewelry in New York City, and just at the end of the day, he's not a good person. And I just don't know how you could do that to someone when the contract is signed, and I don't know.
When they got exposed, Sean's mother and his affiliates started harassing and threatening the employees. Sean and his mom are known to scam in Jamaica and into the US, but it finally caught up to him. He was arrested in Florida when an entertainment systems company sued Sean in February, saying he failed to pay $120,000 of a $150,000 bill for a 232-inch television installment in his home. It was a huge mega TV that covers an entire wall. He allegedly told the owners that if they gave him a low down payment and credit, he and Justin Bieber, would make commercials for them. This obviously never happened, and he never paid them, which was the straw that broke the camel's back for his list of schemes.
Developing now, a very active scene outside of a home connected to rapper Sean Kingston. Dozens of deputies have been going in and out all day long, and now we've learned his mother has been arrested. Local 10's Terrell Forney joining us live from the scene in Southwest Ranches with everything we know about this investigation. Terrell.
And there certainly has been a lot of movement here at this home over the past few hours. Detectives with the Broward Sheriff's Office, they have literally been here on site all day long. As you can see, there is a mobile command post set up just outside of the home, and all of this has to deal with some very pricey equipment that allegedly was never paid for. A high-profile raid underway Thursday at this multi-million-dollar home connected to musician Sean Kingston. The tune Beautiful Girls may have been the music star's biggest hit, but he may have lost some fans at a company that sells and installs high-end television and sound systems. According to this court document, a company called Ver Entertainment accuses Kingston of having a $150,000 system installed at the home, but failing to pay for it in full.
We know that our property is inside this house right here.
Kingston, whose real name is Kashawn Anderson, posed with the product in a photo posted on Instagram after it was installed late last year. The attorney representing that entertainment company showed us what the 232-inch television system looks like today as it was being dismantled.
Basically a sales pitch that he goes through to defraud people. He's never paid my client for this $150,000 television.
More than a dozen deputies with the Broward Sheriff's Office carried out the raid on the Southwest Ranches property, carrying boxes of evidence and even large pieces of something that was kept under wraps. At one point, a Bentley SUV was towed away from the home. Kingston's family, including his sister, has been here within eyesight watching it all go down. We've learned the recording artist's mother, who drives this vehicle, was also here but arrested. Janice Turner is now in the process of being booked on numerous fraud and theft charges. The only word from Sean Kingston came today in the form of this post on Instagram that reads, "People love negative energy. I am good, and so is my mother. My lawyers are handling everything as we speak."
Sean and his mother were arrested and have been charged with conducting an organized scheme to defraud, grand theft, and identity theft, and other related crimes. They've been released on bond, but they are finally getting caught for their schemes. Sean's incessant need to flex and prove he's richer than everyone is his own downfall. Because I'm not sure who he's trying to prove this to, or how he's able to get away with this for so long. But that concludes today's video. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Toodles!